All right, this is where we left off in this model. I'm going to show you how to get started making the panels. We're going to make this front panel first here. Oh, I got a point in this one still. Just trying to kind of scrub all the. I had done it. I just did it and deleted everything. And I forgot to delete that point. All right. So this is what the file should look like at this point. In the previous video, we put in all the pictures. Now we're going to make this side panel. So we're going to take these edges that exist in two of the views. We're going to trace them. So we're going to start sketches. I'm not going to mess with sketch 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, I'm just going to let those be what they are. I'm going to start a new 2D sketch on the central plane, which is the XY plane. All right, I'm going to draw a line. We're only doing one line segment at a time here. All right, from there to there. Let's see. All right, one line segment at a time. Escape. All right, done. That line from this view, there it is. Kind of goes down below it a little bit. We're just going to leave it a straight line. All right, now I'm going to draw that same line from on the bottom view. So we're going to start a sketch down on the bottom plane. Now, which line is it in this view? That's a little bit hard to see. It's this edge right here that follows the fender. This line right above it is where the door kicks in. And the way you can tell that is if you go back to the course page here, and you look at those pictures, you can see it. And actually, that one picture is a great picture to look at. The very first one there, in topics. Monica, this one right here. See, this is this line that we're drawing right now. The lens of the camera makes it look a little bit curved. All right, that's okay. We're gonna draw this line. That next line up is this line. Next line up is this line. There's a whole bunch of them. We're gonna draw from this corner. Boom. We're gonna get this whole side done. All right. Probably not gonna cut out the wheel wells in this image in this video. Maybe I will. We'll see. All right. So back to it here. Now I gotta draw that same line. Now here's the trick. I'm gonna project the geometry of this line, the first line we drew, into this, at least the points. Let me see if I can get the end points. No, it's not going to do it. That one, and I really want the end point of that line projected in here. It's not going to let me. All right, so here's what we'll do. I'm going to draw the line on this flat plane. Let me get myself centered a little better here. From here all the way to here. Now, I would love for it to snap up there, but it's actually not going to matter too much. You'll see what I mean. These aren't exactly parallel here, so that's okay. Would have been nice. What I could have done is, let me show you that. If I wanted to be able to snap to this endpoint, I have to add an endpoint to it. I can add a point, the end of this line. All right. Sketch 12, and I can project that geometry probably easier now. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have just changed my view. All right. So now, when I see that point's in this plane now, I can make these line up vertical with this vertical constraint. You can click that point and it lines them up. All right. Finish sketch. So now these two lines are the same line, but from a different view. So now what we do is we do start a 3D sketch. And we do this thing called an intersection curve. What this will do is it'll almost like make two surfaces. It'll take this line, all right, extend it out horizontally in all directions, And then when I click this line, it'll take this line, extend it vertically in all directions, and wherever they intersect, it's going to make a line. See that? Now I have a line where the edge of, look, it connects right to there, right where we want it to. We go and look at it up here, well, it doesn't connect to the front drawing, right, because it's there. And that is going to be the outside edge of this body of this car. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing for the back, for this edge. All right. In your sketch, I'm going to start a 2D sketch on the back plane here. All right. And I'm going to use an arc here. Now, the beauty is that 3D sketch, we can project that geometry. We want to do this. We want to project that geometry of that 3D sketch we just made into this sketch, so we can snap to it. So I know it's going to be right on that. All right. I'm doing arc because that is very slightly arced. I hold down Control so it's not snapping to anything. All right. Hold down Control. Close enough. I'm going to add a point right now to the end here, just because I know I'm probably going to need it. All right. Now that looks cool, but look, it's in that back plane, right? We want that to actually kick this way. So we're going to start a sketch now on the middle plane again, that plane, front, bam. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to project that point I made into this frame, all right? So I got to change my angle so I can see it. I want to project this endpoint into this sketch, right? So it's like it was on the back plane, projected it into this plane, so now it's actually on this plane, which is kind of a mind bend, but it is what it is. You can do it. This is just a straight line now. Now, here's the other thing. I got to project that geometry where that intersection is. All right, now this is going to be a pain. That 3D sketch, right? See that there? That's going to be problematic. That's going to be problematic. We're going to have to figure out where if that's going through the sketch or what. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with that. Oops. I hit project geometry. I didn't want to do that. Shoot. Where are we here? All right. We're going to have to figure out, okay, does that actually indeed hit that corner of that arc? Oh man, look at that 3D sketch stops there. So we'll have to figure out if this is going to be okay or not. All right. So let's see here. Let's go back into this sketch 13. Nope. 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 I undid. All right. Which one's sketch 13? That's the back. So now I undid too far. Start 2D sketch again on this plane. This plane. We got to go. We're going to follow that same line now from the corner here. I'm going to project that geometry on that line. We're going to go from that line from the 3D line down to here. Okay. So now we've got a couple lines, same line in two different views. We connect it up to the 3D line in both views. So that's the key. You got to connect to that. Try to snap to that where that 3D line is going to be. Now we're going to do the same thing again. Another start 3D sketch. We're going to go intersection curve. Those two lines we just drew. This one and this one. All right, it's gonna do that same thing we just did. Hit OK. And now we have that line going down. Now, again, it's important that you project the geometry of that 3D sketch line to connect. You got to project it to the back plane, and you got to project it to that front plane to connect to. All right, it's got to be that 3D sketch point that you project to connect to. All right, so let's see if we can kind of see what's going on here. See, this is that back edge. It's following exactly. I won't be able to see it through the sketch. I don't think it follows exactly this line in this view. It follows exactly this line that we drew in this view, and it kind of adds them together in three-dimensional space, which is pretty darn cool. Now this one. All right, start. Let me finish sketch on that 3D sketch. We'll start another 2D sketch. All right, on that central work plane first. Now this one's kind of interesting. This one, let me show you something different. Because it just goes straight down, right? You don't need to do that technique we just did. Actually, I'm going to finish sketch here, not having done anything. I'm going to delete that sketch 15. What you can do here is we can draw an arc in three-dimensional space, keeping it parallel to this plane. All right. So check this out. I get myself positioned so I can see that end point here, right? Right here. I'm going to start a 3D sketch again. One arc. I'm going to draw it off of this point right here. Right? And where's it going to go down to? Well, you see these three little planes here? If you click one of these planes, it'll stay on that plane. All right? Because watch this. If I just start drawing a random arc here, hey, that looks kind of interesting. Finish sketch, right? And if I start looking at it, you'll see it's actually occupying 3 dimensions. It's going like this, right? It's very hard to see it. Let me show you. So mess around with this a bit. This is kind of fun. Let me undo that arc. All right, let me start a new 3D arc. Now, I want it to go from this point, and then I click this so it's orange, and I click it. And now it's going to stay in this plane, right? And if I change my view to the left view, all right, look where it is. I want it to go down to here. All right, I'm holding down Control so it's not snapping anything. And it's just the very slightest little tiniest arc. All right, you can't see it though. That's because it's behind that drawing. Oh no. All right, undo. It did not do what we wanted to do. All right, let's try that arc again. From this point, I want to stay in this plane. All right, we're in this plane. We'll make it. What is it doing? The control isn't working. Let me zoom in here. There we go. No, there we go. Okay. I see what it's doing. It's like, there we go. Man, that's brutal. I'm gonna just draw a straight line. it's not going nice. It's not going where I want it to go, right? All right. So here's what we do now. You can do a three-dimensional line from this point. All right. Again, we stay in this plane. Now we just got to figure out where to put it. We got to get in the view here, right? Let's do a straight line for this one. It's close enough, right? Finish sketch. The arc was being mischievous. Now that's going down, okay? So the whole thing with the 3D sketches, if you want to do that, if you start a 3D sketch and then you go to the side view and you start doing stuff, it'll keep it parallel to that plane, all right? But the problem is this sketch is in the way. So the other way you could have dealt with it, we could have dealt with that is, well, no, we can't make that invisible. We could have, you pretty much have to look through it, right, to be able to see that. I wonder if you can change the transparency of the pictures. I wonder if there's a way to do that. That would be cool. Maybe not. Anyway, the final thing to do is to do the fender. Now, initially I kind of thought, you know, what you ought to do is just make a straight line and then I'll patch it together and then cut it out. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start a new 3D sketch, new lines. I'm going to try tracing the fenders and see what happens here. All right. Now you might be saying, well, what plane is this putting it in? It's not. This is pretty cool. Well, it's putting it in a flat plane, but what you'll see happen is it's going to be probably pretty darn nice. Now I should probably I should probably be a little more careful with what's going on here. Alright, so there we go. Let's see what this looks like from the top view. See, the two lines, they end up being the bottom and the top, because the top is straight, they end up being parallel to each other. It starts in this point and goes off at a plane, and because they're lined up, they end up going pretty much just totally straight. So let's go here. Alright, we basically have our first part of the body done. Alright, now I'm going to do this thing called a patch. Alright, boundary. I uncheck the automatic face change, okay? I'm going to click each line to close this boundary. And what's going to happen here is it's going to make a surface. I need to get my view so I can see that 3D sketch. See, it found it, made it black. Oh, that's beautiful. If it's not connected up, the key was this corner here where I projected the geometry from that three-dimensional sketch, the edge, into this plane. I hit apply, and now you can't really see it, but there's now a red surface there. We can thicken that if we wished. We're not going to thicken it yet. We're going to wait until we get more of the car built before we thicken it. Now, the last thing I'm going to quick show you here is getting the triangle up to the roof. All right. So what we can do now, all right, is, well, what's cool here is I can do this. I'm going to start a regular 2D sketch on this plane again. All right, I'll make a point here. Finish sketch. All right. Let's take a look at the top view. All right. I'm gonna make a triangle here, right, from the corner, top edge corner, up to this point, and then down to this point. Now, actually, that point I just made was kind of useless. I forgot about this thing. You can start a 3D sketch. If you start a 3D sketch, oh no, it wasn't useless. Watch this. I can start a 3D sketch. I can connect it up to this point I put in that drawing, right? It's going to be a line. Now, let me get to the top view here. All right, that line, since I'm in the top view, is going to be in that top plane. And I just draw it out to here. Watch this. Hit finish sketch. Get myself back to a view. I can see what's going on. Now there's the line floating up here. Now this is the beauty of 3D sketching. We've already seen it, but you start to build the wireframe. Watch this. I start a 3D sketch, another line. I can go from this corner up to that corner, and then I can go down to this corner. Now this is the key. You gotta make sure you hit that corner, not this line. That's back in that sketch. You gotta get this one. I should probably turn that visibility of that sketch off so it's not confusing. All right, gotta get that point there. Okay, finish sketch. All right, now let me get myself in a position that I like to see it. Now we're getting there, right? It's cool. You can see it. You can see it starting to take shape. right? The back's going to be super easy. Once we do this and mirror it, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to cut out this window. We'll figure it out, right? We'll add some thickness. We'll cut into it. We'll do all kinds of cool stuff. Now, boundary patch that. Let's see if we can do it. This might find that line. Nice, found it. Apply. Boom. Done. Now let me show you where we're at. All right. Let me turn off the visibility. Let me go to view, object visibility. I want to turn off.
Remaining to your house maybe distance for the day. Thank you.
I don't want those. All right. What I'm going to do is try to show you without the sketches there. So actually, you know what I can do now? Why don't I just go ahead and thicken this for temporarily to show you where we're at. So when you thicken, you stitch the two surfaces together, this surface and this surface. Hit apply. Done. There's no gaps. It's just a good practice. I can thicken this and this. Now we're going to want to thicken this so it's going in, right? It's hard for me to tell what's going on here. Which way is it trying to go? It's sending it out. We want to send it the other direction. 0.1, 0.1, that's fairly thick, but let's go 0.05. 0.05 would be better. Let's see if we can do it. Yay. So there it is. There's actual solid now, right? That's red just because there's a work plane still visible on the outside of it. And we go from there. Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking I could probably do this some other easier way. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But we're trying to be very precise here, right? How are you supposed to just like extrude stuff and cut stuff based on the real drawing if you're not doing it this way? You really can't. You'd have to take measurements of the printed drawing and try to do it that way. This is the way to do it. 3D sketching, crazy videos online of guys making Lamborghinis and all kinds of different stuff. Oh no, I got a meeting here in 1 minute. All right. So I'm going to pause this video here. Let's get ourselves up to this point. We're going to mirror it across. All right. I don't know if it's too early to mirror. We'll be able to mirror. We could mirror it now and then work on the fenders and other stuff and mirror it later on. I kind of like to get one side mostly done and then mirror it, but we'll see. We'll see what works. Might want to try to get more of the model going here. So go ahead and save this, and I'll catch you guys later.